What's up, my chatterboxes? I hope everybody is doing well. I'm doing good over here. I'm back for another review. Power Book 4 Force, Season 1, Episode 2, King of the Goddamn Hill, aka The Tommy Show. So it starts off with Tommy. He's, sitting looking over at the ocean. We see a picture of him and Keisha in his phone. So, he's thinking about her because he looks like he in deep thought as he's looking at the picture. So anyway, he gets a phone call. It's from his brother. So we see his brother's shop, his bar, get shot up. But at the time, we don't know that it's his brother's shop. So he calls Tommy over there. Tommy asking him, well, where's his security? He was like, well, it wasn't in the budget for this month. He was like, are you dealing out of here? He was like, no, why would you say that? He said, your place getting shot up. You don't have security. You don't call family. He was like, well, I called you. He was like, we ain't there yet. So apparently, this is the third time his bar got shot up. Tommy told him that it looks like somebody is trying to get his attention. We learned that the shop belongs to him and his father. He said his father is sick, and it's going to either be the bar or the medical bills because everything keep piling up. Now we learn in this scene that he is gay because he said that his ex-husband won't even answer his calls for for any reason, for anything. So he asked Tommy, "You got a problem with that?" He was like, Tommy like, no. Like towards the end of the show, and we'll get into that. I'll get into that because I already watched it, so this is my time, my playback on it. So we kind of going to figure out who is responsible for actually shooting up this club. Okay. So next we see Tommy. He drives off. He's looking at some kind of building, but we're not exactly sure what the building is at this moment. But he doesn't stop. He just drives by. Next we see Walter Flynn. He's in his office, not looking too good. We hear a message from a doctor saying that she want to take some more blood work. Things aren't looking too good. He's taking medication with drowning some scotch. Like Walter Flynn, if you want to feel a little bit better, I would suggest you not to be drowning, taking your medication with your liquor. Okay, that's never a good idea. Never a good idea. So we unsure as to what's going on with him at the moment. I'm assuming he may have cancer, but that hasn't been revealed yet. So he tries to get up. He almost passed out. As he's about to pass out, Vic walks in. So he's like, yo, what's going on? He was like, you need to get to a doctor. I'm all right. I just got up too fast. No. So Vic like, listen, we need to get, how bad is it? We need to get ahead of this. Like how, like we don't want another episode of what happened to mom, because I guess the mom passed away of some kind of illness. So he's being an honorary old man talking about, listen, I'm all right. You just need to be prepared to take over this business. He was like, I need you, to step up to the plate. So he was like, yeah, I'll do it my way. He was like, no, I don't want you to do it my way. Your way. I want you to do it my way. That's the way it's been ran, and that's the way Ireland like it. And if you don't do it the way Ireland like it, it's going to be some deadly consequences. So listen, Vic got his own agenda for the business, and the dad still want him to follow the script. Ireland wants him to follow the script. If he fall out of line with that agenda, some shit going to happen. And we all can see this coming. He's not going to follow the script. He's not going to follow the script. So even when he looked what his dad was saying, that he had this like look like, yeah, okay, is going to be how I want it to be. So that's going to be interesting to see this character, development with these two too. So now we see Jannar and Diamond. They at the barbershop. We see a couple little young goons out standing outside. So Kanar is trying to talk Diamond into allowing them to work for them to be the muscle, and Diamond is resistant toward towards it. He's like, listen, they shoot one person, it's like them shooting 13 people. It's not worth the risk. And Kennard trying to tell him that it's different than how it was before he went into jail. Things are different. Listen, Kennard, he not thinking smart. Them little young boys, they trigger happy. You can look and tell they hot, they ready, and they going to slip up. They're going to make some mistakes. That's not who you need on your team if you want longevity. It just don't. It just don't even look right. It just don't. So Kennard getting all mad at Diamond because Diamond is resisting what's going on. Then we go to Tommy. He's walking through some alley. Next thing we know, this girl, she jump out at him, attacking him. Come to find out, she's from the original Power. Her name Liliana, something like that. She had a scar on her face. She thought Tommy was out there trying to kill her, so she was trying to get the drop on him and try to take him out first. But the cops had drove by, like they was paroling the neighborhood, so they seen him. So she was like, well, we'll resume this later. So now Tommy probably gonna try to have to figure out what the fuck is going on with her. So you already know he not gonna let that loose end go. You already know. Then we see Gloria. She's in her apartment taking a shower. She comes out the shower. Vic is there. Vic must got keys because she was like, well, what are you doing here? So she didn't know. She didn't even know that he was in there. So that's a little creepy if you ask me. So during the course of their conversation, we find out that yes, he does have a kid. Okay, so they answer why the hell he was up in there. So he loves her and she loves him too. She said, his loyalty to his family is part of the reason why she loves him. She said, but that's also the reason why she cannot continue on with him. He has to have married a pure Irish woman, and they got to keep the bloodline pure. A white kid. She says she doesn't fit into that into that situation. So he's saying, well, once my father did, we can continue on. Ireland not even gonna go for that. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, well, we can run away. Listen, Vic, you love who you love, and I understand that, but it does not fall in line to what Ireland wants. So you're not going to give up legacy for her. You probably will creep with her, but you're going to get you a white Irish woman. You're going to end up doing that. So she was like, well, give me my kid. He was like, I'm keeping my kid. If you don't want me here, you'll change the locks. And then she got this, weird look on her face. Listen, because he did ask her, was it somebody else? She said no. Technically speaking, she doesn't even know Tommy's still around. So technically speaking, it's really not anybody else at this particular moment. But, let's see how this play out. So now we see Tommy and Diamond. They meet up for the very first time. This is what I've been waiting to see because I like the Diamond character so far, and I just know him and Tommy. To me, they look like they're gonna be like the next Tommy and Ghost. Anyway, so Tommy goes to the barbershop where um Diamond is. Guess who they got playing in this show? Jeremiah, the singer Jeremiah. He actually paid sang the intro to this goddamn on show too. That's I don't know if y'all realize that's him in the barbershop that Tommy, like with the dreadlocks or whatever, like the one that's inside. He's supposed to be like, I guess they muscle or whatever. So Tommy comes in, he pat Tommy down. Tommy give him his gun and everything. Said that the safety was on. Blase blase. So Diamond like, well, what are you doing here? So Tommy ended up giving them the drugs and the money that they took from last episode when The two guys was geeking, and Tommy took the drugs from Kenora and Vic. So those was the drugs and the money. So he gave them the bag or whatever. And Kenora was like, "You a goddamn fool. You should have at least kept the money." And Tommy said, "He said that's what I would have did." So Tommy said, "I ain't you or whatever." So Diamond is like, "Well, what are you here for? Like, what's going on?" So Tommy basically trying to what Tommy trying to do is he trying to fill people out so he can see how he can dominate. That's my assumption. And Diamond not that goddamn stupid. Tommy all in there looking at him at the pictures. Diamond, we learned that Diamond was like a boxer or whatever like that. So Diamond really got them hands. So Tommy ended up walking out. Some words exchanged between him and towards him and the character, but Jeremiah, whoever they didn't say his name. He hems him up. He started choking him. So the two guys outside running there, they about to shoot Tommy. Diamond telling them to chill. One of the young boys like, listen, I ain't dropping this gun until I get the word. I get the word. So they wanted the word from Cornard. So Diamond like, this my shop. This my shit. So it's evident they're only taking orders from Kennard. Diamond don't have the kind of pull that he has, and he peeped it in that moment. So he took off. I don't know if he had like the apron or whatever it was. He took it off and he threw it at his brother. He was like, "Take care of this." So him and Tommy left out. So Kennard got pissed off and he started hitting the boxing bag. I hope, like, I don't know what's going to end up happening because it seemed like Kennard don't want to relinquish the power that he had since his brother was locked up. And if he keep moving the way he moving, it's going to be some sibling rivalry there. It's really going to be some sibling rivalry. So that's going to be kind of crazy to see on the screen. I hope they work that shit out. So as Tommy and Diamond is walking around the corner, a Spanish lady and the Spanish guy hop out on them. They kidnap him, put him in the car. They take him to this building. So we find out that, if you remember in episode 1, um, the Spanish guys that he walked past, and the one that was in the wheelchair, he was like, "We're gonna let him get real comfortable out in the street, and then we attack." Well, I'm thinking y'all gonna resurface back, and come episode 5 or 6. Y'all ain't waste no goddamn time. Y'all came back episode 2. So anyway, they was like, "You think you gonna put our Hefe in a wheelchair and nothing come to you?" So apparently it's hot on the street. It's been like this. The city is riddled with police officers. It's hot. They want him to move 8 bricks of heroin. He was like, "I don't even." He was like, "I don't push heroin." Today you do. If they don't push those 8 bricks of heroin in 3 hours, they said they're him and Tommy dead men walking. Dead men walking. So during the course of this, they done hit him with the gun, fucked his face up. Tommy done headbutted the Spanish guy. He was about to shoot his ass, but he lived to see another day. Okay, so they said, like, listen, if you don't sell these within 3 hours, y'all both dead. Tommy was like, yeah, all right, whatever. So we know that they're gonna be going on a mission from this scene. Tommy and him, we don't know if they're gonna make it through, but we will see. So we see Claudia Flynn. She's counting the money. Her Vic comes in. He's asking her if the count is right. She's telling him yes. So he started picking up the money. She was mentioning somebody that I guess she was wanting him to, like, maybe go out on a date or something with. So he was like, "Here you go with that." So she was like, "Listen, Gloria is nice, but Dad is never going to go for it." And he was telling her, "Oh, you got it easy." She's like, "Nothing about me and what I got going on with dad is easy. My life not easy." Yeah, it's not, because you want to venture out. You want to do your own thing. And we understand that. It can be hard being a female and, that kind of, and the only female in that kind of lifestyle with your family, and they got those old schools ideals. I'm pretty sure it can't be easy for her. Listen, she trying to branch out, this and them, this and them, this, basically telling her the woman's place is just to be inside counting the money and making sure the books is right. She wanna be out there with the action. We already seen her last episode out in the club getting all nasty with some old girl and getting all high. So she tell him about this new designer drug. He's talking about, listen, they're not going for it. We don't need to expense that. We keeping it how it is. She's talking about, we need to go get ahead with the times. Listen, Ireland, if what we heard from Walter Flint earlier about Ireland like to stick to the script, I don't think they're going to be so open to her trying to sell this new product. I just don't think that's going to happen. Now, so we back with Tommy and Diamond. They in the car. Now they about to go on a mission to sell the bricks to make the drops. So they in the process of them, going to go make these drops, they have a whole conversation in the car. So Tommy is a little slickster. So he got into Diamond head, in my opinion, because as they were talking, he was saying like, "Well, what's the deal with the with Rojas? Why they got it in for you?" So he said, so Diamond told him they were trying to get into CBI business, and he put the guy in the wheelchair or whatever. So Tommy was like, "Well, why you just didn't kill him?" So Diamond was like, "Well, I wasn't trying to get life while I was inside." So Tommy started saying, "Well, yeah, so your little," because Diamond was saying, "I was taking care of my brother his whole life." So that's when Tommy was like, "Yeah." So now he's out here, he running things, he got the street, he got the hood. So he getting into Diamond here, and Diamond don't like that. So Diamond hurry up and pull the car over. It was like, "Listen, I know you ain't no cop, but what's your angle? What you want?" So Tommy was like, "I'm just trying to make as much money as I can and then move on." So he was like, "Well, how much money, you trying to make?" So enough, Tommy, enough. So, like I said earlier on in this review, it's going to be a sibling rivalry, a power struggle between Diamond and Kennard. Tommy already picked up on it, and he tried to play it, play that card with Diamond in the car, and Diamond, he's not stupid, he picked right up on it. So that's going to be interesting to see. So as they go on making their drops or whatever, we see. I didn't catch the Spanish guy name, the one that him, Tommy, and Diamond up. So he's on the phone. I recognize the voice. That's the guy that was in the prison, that's in the wheelchair. And he was like, "Listen, the street's too hot for our men to be out there risking themselves. Diamond and them better make that shit happen." So he tells the guy on the phone, "I got an idea. I got the drop on his little brother." So we already know he about to kidnap Kennard. Now, when Tommy and Diamond was in the street, in the car, we already seen how hot it was with cops. We seen the helicopters. We seen cops, driving all fast, all crazy. So Diamond said it's been like 37 murders. Like, you know what I'm saying? So shit is hot. But so now they trying to risk Diamond and Tommy ass. Well, really Diamond, but Tommy, he going along for the ride. Because, ain't nobody trying to have their organization full. So we see Tommy and Diamond, they make the first drop. So they have a plan. If Tommy don't come right out, you circle the block a second time. So Tommy don't really feel all they, confident about the first drop. So he put the brick underneath the dumpster before he goes into the chop shop. So when he goes into the chop shop, we see, it's ran by the Spanish woman. Listen, everybody in there straight. Everybody in there look like, listen, you make one wrong move and we laying you down right where you stand, okay? So Tommy, so she asked Tommy where the package was at. So he told her she was like, I don't see no package on. He was like, well, I didn't know what I was walking into. So he told her that the package was underneath the dumpster. So she sent her nephew to the dumpster, and he was like, if it's not there, you can cut me up. So she told her nephew, go by the dumpster, get the package. If you don't see it, go get the soul. And she said this is Spanish. They listen. She wasn't playing with Tommy ass. Like she looked like she about her business. I kind of like her. She looked familiar. I'm not exactly sure what she play on, but she looked familiar. So anyway, everything was okay with the drop. Everything was good with the package. So she gave Tommy his money. So she asked Tommy, was he strictly working for Row House? He was like, no, I'm a free agent. So she was like, well, how can I find you? He was like, don't worry, I'll find you. So they kind of hit it off. So in the midst of them driving around, he got in touch. Well, Elijah called him. That's the Jeremiah play Elijah. So he was telling him that he didn't know where Kennard was, and it does something just don't feel right. Now we already know Kennard already got gripped up by the Spanish bull, so they about to soon find out all of that. So Diamond and Tommy, they in the car going to the next drive. They talking about how you know this game you can't just go to the top all fast. You gotta slow and steady wins the race. They was talking about how they can remember they first time they made a sale, the high that they got from it, the power that they got from it. And Kennard, I keep saying Kennard, his name is Jannard. Jannard is thinking he's trying to get to the top real fast when it stops to this shit. You know what I mean? And they understand that, but I don't think that Jannard really understand all the steps that you got to go through in order to be at the top. So as they're talking, they showing him they sent him a video or FaceTime, whatever the hell it was, of that they got Jannard. Jannard all beat up or whatever. They done hit him with the hammer a couple times, I'm assuming. So they like, we gotta hurry up. So they hone the phone up. Diamond started speaking. I'm like, Diamond, I understand the urgency behind all of this, but you were just saying how you didn't want to get caught up with the cops and everything like that, because we've seen the cops in back of him and he was getting all nervous, but the cops ended up doing a pivot and I guess got called to a car, because they were about to get jammed up in that scene, but they moved. I mean, it worked out for them. So but now you all speeding. I understand, like I said, I understand the urgency, but damn, my guy, like you really better slow it up before y'all get jammed up with 7 bricks in your goddamn car. Like, come on, to make it make sense. So Tommy making a second drop at this Amish with the Amish. It's some kind of butch like a meat shop or whatever, but the Amish run it. They in the back. They taking forever. Now I already said how fast they need to move, because I think now the timeline is like 2 hours now. The goddamn going man, he's sitting up there trying to test every goddamn thing, pour solution in a little test tube, and Tommy all getting impatient. He was like, Tommy saying to him, Rojas not giving you no bullshit. He was like, yeah, I know him, but I don't know you. And it seemed like they taking forever. Diamond, he's getting a little, antsy, so he ended up getting out the car. He goes into the meat market, the butcher shop, and he was trying to look around, be newsy, but the guy who was behind the counter cutting the meat, he peeped him. So he's like, can I help you? You know what I mean? Redirecting them. So he ended up ordering some pastrami and some cookies, but he's still looking around. The guy's still peeping it. So he took out the meat cleaver and he like slammed it on the meat, like to get Diamond attention, like you don't want this. So Tommy ended up coming out and him and Diamond ended up walking off or whatever like that, because everything went fine with the drop. But it's like that happens. I mean, don't y'all understand that happens? Like, say if you running late for work, everybody seem like they don't know how to drive when you running late or you got somewhere to be like at a nick of the time, in like a split second. It's like everybody want to be driving all slow. Everybody want to be making like stupid, turns. It's just crazy. So I understand like the nervousness of that, because it's like everything go wrong when you need to be somewhere at a certain time. Now we see Vic, Walter, and Claudia. Walter Flynn is a freaking joke, okay? He's a freaking joke. Claudia tries to tell him how they need to get newer product because the stuff that they pushing is outdated. So he basically telling her, no, we're gonna do what we've been doing. Every couple years, a new dealer coming to the city trying to push some new shit, and it doesn't amount to anything. You need to just stick to the books. Make sure our businesses are legitimate, and that's what you need to do. Lead the streets to him. Talking about Vic. So you could tell Vic didn't really like how his dad was treating his sister, but he can't do shit about it. You know what I'm saying? So Claudia, she gets her stuff and she gets out of there. Vic had this weird look on his face, and Walter, he just don't give a fuck. He's a great actor, we already know, but he gets on my damn nerves. He really do. So now Tommy is on to his third drop. They sent him into this fucking crack house. They was one of the guys in there was already passed out high as fuck. The other guy, when Tommy went in, he was like, "You got the stuff." The guy said to Tommy, "You got the stuff." I don't understand how he actually functioning as a drug dealer when he's doped out his mind. I just don't understand it. So he asked Tommy if he had the stuff. Tommy said, yeah. So he opens the stuff up and starts snoring. starts snoring. Tommy was like, you supposed to test it. You're not supposed to take it. He passed out. So now Tommy got to get the money out his pockets because he out of it. I'm like, is this actually possible? Because we talk about heroin. Like, he seems so far gone to actually be a player in this business. I don't know. This is TV. So as that's going on inside the house, we see Diamond. He's outside. He's waiting for Tommy. It's a cop pulled up behind Diamond. He gets out, fucking with Diamond. So they kind of playing on these cop, you know how like everything is going on in real life with the cops, how they mistreating black people. They kind of playing that up on here. So he's telling Diamond that the reason why he came over to him is because he seen him on a cell phone. So Diamond's telling him, well, I'm not driving. So he just fucking with him. So he's telling him, well, you got out of state tags or whatever. I need your driver's license and stuff like that. So Diamond said, I'm not taking my hand off the steering wheel. I'm not doing it. He was like, I'm keeping my hand on this. So they're going back and forth. The cop getting agitated. He pulled his gun out. He wanted to shoot Diamond. He wanted to shoot him. So Tommy ended up coming out before things can go left. So Tommy was like, well, officer, the problem is my car. He was like, oh, this your car? He was like, yeah. So he told Tommy to give him his license and registration. So Tommy gave him the license and registration, everything. So as the cop went back there, he said, Diamond said to Tommy, is what's going to come back on your license? He was like, no, everything is clean. Everything is fine. But I was a little nervous in this incident because last time we seen Tommy, the cops thought Tommy was dead. So the car must not never been registered to Tommy in the first place, because shit would have pulled up, things would have came out in their search. So I'm curious to know who named the damn car is in. So they survived and they to live another day, okay? But that's the kind of fuck shit that these cops be out here doing, fucking with these guys. So after they done dealing with that knucklehead ass cop, y'all know, before I even get off that cop, y'all see how he changed his tune when he seen that white guy come out. You see what I'm saying? So that just irritated the freak out of me. So I'm not even gonna waste no more time on his nut ass. Anyway, so they go get Kennard. They go into this. I don't know. This look like a fucking castle. Not a castle, but it look like a mansion. Next thing you know, they got everybody got these dag on blinkies on them. They got like the what you call those things? I can't think of it when they got like the red lights on them or whatever. So they yelling in the air, "Where my brother? Where my brother?" So they bring Janor out. They bring him out. The Spanish guy. Did they ever say his name? I'm not exactly sure. Anyway, he looking them bag. He was like, they got all the money. They gave him Janor. Everything was straight. They leaves out. So as they leaving out, the white car with Elijah pulls up. Elijah gives Diamond the money so he can pay Tommy. So Diamond asks Tommy, like, well, why did you go on a ride with me? He was like, I just wanted to be your company, some shit to that effect. So he was Diamond is smart because he like, well, what's your real motives? I seen you as we went on every drive, how your head went on swivel, paint, scouting out everything. You scouting out my city. So Tommy was like, and if I am, it's gonna be a problem. Listen, I like the banter between Tommy and Diamond because, like I said again, and I'm gonna keep saying it, they remind me of how they played against Ghost, like how Ghost and Tommy. Diamond is smart. I'm not saying Tommy not smart, but we all know he a fucking hothead. Diamond is smart. Tommy needed a smart guy in his corner. He really, really do. So we should see how that plays out. Now we see Tommy. He goes to his grandma's house. His brother is in there. Tommy tried to give his brother some money. The brother didn't take it at this particular time. He wanted to show him. He found like an old video of Kate and Tommy. Tommy never seen the video. He don't even remember the video. So he was like all like touched by it. So the brother was saying, I don't understand how she could leave his kid, leave her kid. I would never do something like that. So Tommy was like, well, how would you know what you would do? He was like, because I had my kid and I did everything that I in my power to stay in touch with my child. But his mom, so when the brother must have was in jail at some point in time, the mom took the kid away. He was like, he hasn't seen the kid. I think he said 14, 15 years. He was like, he don't know where he is. He don't know anything about his son at this particular point. So I'm like, he got a kid. What's gonna be the end game of this? Okay. So as Tommy brother explaining, to him about his kid, we see the boy that was outside the barbershop that came inside about to blow Tommy brains out. We see him with the gun that was used in the opening, like when we seen that they shot up the club. I mean the bar, the brothers' bar. We see him with that gun. So he was taking like the silencer off, and he went into he went into the alleyway. As he in the alleyway, he was taking the silencer off the gun. So he opened up, like he got like this little storage box out there, and we see a picture of Tommy's brother and him when he was a kid. So we now know that that's the son. And when he looked at the picture, he was like shaking his head. So now we know that he's the one who's shooting up the bar because he must have some vengeance towards his father. So I can't wait to see this shit play out on screen. I really can't. And when he found out Tommy is his goddamn uncle, this is going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. I'm looking forward to this. So the brother was explaining to Tommy that he never had any other family outside of his dad. His son was taken away from him as a young age. He was like, now he got now he got him. He was like, I never thought that I would have a brother. He was like, well, so Tommy said, I had a brother. And we know that shit eating Tommy alive, that Ghost not here. Y'all think that Tyreek is going to make an appearance on this show? Do y'all think so, or do y'all think Ghost is going to make an appearance on this show? Like, you know how they always like had like the flashbacks of the dead and all that old stuff, like they hallucinating about the dead. I wonder. Okay. So Tommy, he's sitting on top of a car, but we can't really make out where Tommy is. So he texting Gloria asking if he can meet up with her, and she was like, sure. So she's at the bar. So next thing we hear is some noises coming from out inside the trunk of the car that he was sitting on. So he pulls out the Versace jacket that the Spanish guy that gripped him and Diamond had on. So he wiping his blood off with the jacket. We keep hearing him like screaming, kicking, and everything inside the trunk. Next thing we know, we see Tommy. He pour out the liquor that he was drinking, lit a match, and set their asses on fire. Okay, he burnt their asses alive. Okay, so Tommy goes to the bar to see Gloria, and we see Vic standing outside. That's all we hear Vic say. This motherfucker. Vic is salty. When I tell y'all, Vic is salty. So anyway, Tommy and Gloria is in the bar. They having a drink. They're talking. They having a good old time. Tommy let her know that because she was telling Tommy that she wanted the upscale Jamaican restaurant, but things didn't turn out that way for her. She was like, this bar here, the kitchen, she gets inspired by it. It's like a small kitchen and she gets inspired by it. So Tommy said, well, how did you end up being in business with the Irish? Because I seen, those that I know envelope pick up when I see it. So she was, explaining that situation to him, and he was like, so he started joking, and he said to her, "Oh, you want me to take out old Sonny Boy?" Talking about Vic or whatever. He was like, "I'll." She was doing like these little fighting motions and stuff like that. So they laugh and they carrying on. Vic outside seeing a whole goddamn going thing take place. So he is pissed off because now he know he got competition. Okay, and he already know the competition ain't no, easy competition. So they were, having a good old time. Tommy ended up kissing her. So she was trying to tell Tommy about her situation with Vic, but Tommy didn't want to hear it. He shut it down. Listen, I can't wait to see this play out on the screen either. We got uh sibling rivalry with Diamond and Jannard. We have a power struggle between Claudia and Walter and Vic too. Then we have a lovers quarrel between Vic, Tommy, and Gloria. There's so many different goddamn elements of this goddamn on story that this shit gonna be fun to watch. So at the time he leaves Gloria, he shows up to this. It looked like a storefront bar from underneath the train tracks. So the old guy had opened the door and he was like, you know, he was like, "You late? The game been over. I think an hour ago." So Tommy was like, "No." So Tommy gave him some money and he told him he need him to leave the place. So the guy was like, he was like, "And forget that you ever met me, you ever saw me." So he was like, I got a pretty good memory. So Tommy gave him some more money. So he was like, well, let me go get my toothbrush. Tommy pulled out the strap. Was like, no, get out. So I'm thinking, okay, well, Tommy just went this place because it looked like it could have been like a bar or a restaurant. Like, you got to renovate it, but it looked like, it has potential to be there. So I'm thinking, well, maybe he got want to move his brother to a new spot, or maybe get this for Gloria. I'm not exactly sure. So apparently, now we see the girl with the scar, Liliana. We see her in there. So her and Tommy, they have an interaction. They start fighting, and trying to take each other out. So Tommy was like, you know what? Every time a ghost leaves somebody alive, it always, come back to bite us in the ass. So she should have been there in power. So she was telling him, like, I left the city. I didn't know you was here. I came here to make something different of myself. She was like, and then I keep hearing that it's a white boy in town, and I thought you came out here to come kill me. So I figure I'll get you before you get me, or whatever. So it is by total coincidence that they both in the same city. Neither one of them knew each other was there. But as he like kicked, like trying to like stomp her, he stomped the floor in, and he seen the coke, and on the coke it had the symbol of the Hernandez brothers. So we did see, we do know that there was a big enterprise or whatever like that. And, I mean, they did kill the brother and the sister, but now we know that she's working for them. So it's a whole new enterprise up in Chicago. So we gonna see. So I don't know if Tommy gonna keep her alive or Tommy is gonna actually take her out. But we will see, because like he already, like I said, he already made that comment. Every time ghosts keep somebody alive, it always bite them in the ass. So I don't know if she gonna be kept alive, but he probably gonna keep her alive just long enough to see where her connect is and who she's in contact with. So we're gonna see. That's all I got for this episode. If you guys like the content, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to tell a friend. Thank you. Bye.